Welcome to Employment Law This Week. I'm George Whipple. Our top story, the EEOC argues that Title VII covers sexual orientation discrimination. The Equal Employment Opportunity Commission laid out its position on sexual orientation protections in an amicus brief requested by the Second Circuit. The court is conducting an en banc review of a case involving a skydiver who claimed he was fired for disclosing his sexual orientation to a customer. Relying on Second Circuit precedent, a three-judge panel found that sexual orientation was not covered under the law. The court, en banc, will decide whether that precedent should stand. Sheila Woolson has more.
The EEOC's position is that Title VII prohibits sexual orientation discrimination for three reasons. First, the EEOC considers it to be discrimination based upon sex. In other words, you're treating a man who's in a relationship with a man differently than you would treat a woman who was in a relationship with a man. Second, the EEOC believes that it is discrimination based upon association, and for this argument, the EEOC draws upon cases involving racial discrimination and association. Finally, EEOC believes that sexual orientation discrimination violates Title VII because it is akin to gender stereotyping.
President Trump announces his picks for NLRB vacancies. The White House has announced the nominations of Marvin Kaplan and William Emanuel to fill two vacant seats on the Labor Board. Kaplan currently serves as counsel for the Occupational Safety and Health Review Commission and previously worked for House Republicans. Emanuel is a management-side labor lawyer in Los Angeles. Both nominees are expected to be confirmed, which would give the NLRB its first Republican majority in 9 years. The newly constituted board will most likely reconsider a number of policy changes instituted by the Obama-era board. Limited portions of President Trump's travel ban have been reinstated. The Supreme Court has decided to hear arguments on the travel ban cases when it reconvenes in October. Until then, the court has narrowed the scope of temporary injunctions from lower courts, allowing the ban to bar the admission of foreign nationals with no bona fide connections to the U.S. In most cases, this standard should not affect foreign students or foreign nationals working for employers in the U.S. It may, however, restrict foreign nationals seeking to visit or come here as refugees, because recent State Department guidance limits the definition of a bona fide relationship to a parent, spouse, son, daughter, son-in-law, daughter-in-law, or sibling already in the U.S. The Supreme Court also announced last week that it will review the scope of dodd-frank whistleblower protections. The court will hear an appeal from Digital Realty Trust out of the Ninth Circuit. The lower court ruled against the company, which fired an executive after he complained internally about alleged misconduct. The company is arguing that because the executive did not report to the SEC, he is not entitled to whistleblower protections. The Supreme Court ruling will resolve a circuit split on the issue. Finally, it's time for our tip of the week. Cecilia Block, Human Resources Director for the Economist Group, is here with some top considerations before making changes to your health benefits plan.
Before an employer considers making changes to the health benefits plan, the company should first ask themselves, what is the fundamental reason why your company provides health care benefits? Consider the size of your employee population and whether larger network access, higher costs, or smaller network access, lower costs, meets your employee needs. As the plan sponsor, you are responsible for exercising fiduciary responsibility over the plan when purchasing these products and exercising control over your vendors. Upholding the integrity of the health benefits plan can serve not only its beneficiaries, but the company well.
Thanks, Cecilia. That's it for Employment Law This Week. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.